Hey YouTube, it's Jackson Brown, and today we're going to be reviewing the Sparx Hockey Sharpener. It's something you could buy online. It's the size of a microwave, and it would sharpen your skates.
So really, like everything, there's pros and cons for the sharpener. Some of the pros is that obviously it's convenient. You can even have it in your kitchen since there's an air vent at the back that collects the dust and the iron filings. Some other pros are that there are different radiuses of hollows that you can choose from. Those who don't know, I guess you can say there's a sharpness of your skate. So 3/8 is, I guess, the most sharp. It has the most bite, so that means you can turn quickly, turn on a dime. Then as you go up, there's 1/2 inch. That's kind of in the middle. Then there's 5/8. But there's a large variety of different hollows and wheels you can choose from. Me personally and my brother, I think we both use the 1/2 inch. It's kind of in between, not that much bite and too much bite. I know there's lots of videos on YouTube about different hollows, but I won't talk about that much during this video. Some cons are that I think at the beginning we had some issues. Sometimes it would malfunction and some lights would turn red and would enable us to sharpen the skate. We found out that was part of the alignment process that we do at the beginning, but we have recently found that when the wheel comes by, there's been some, I guess you could say, skidding. So I guess that's a con that we've had. And actually, talking to Sparx, we found that with black steel, it's like on these skates, and also the shiny steel, they found that for the Sparx machine, when it goes past, it makes the edges go off a bit. So what I mean is that, so you have two edges, and sometimes you might feel that one edge might be better than the other, and that would cause you to fall and slip. So they found that if you have these two, I guess you could say, glazed blades, the edges would be off a bit, and each time you pass it through, once you go over and over again, the edges might get a tiny bit worse each time. So that's something that you might have to take into consideration while getting the machine. But for us, we have these different blades, and it's been pretty fine for us. Now we'll give a quick demonstration of the Sparx machine. Now let's do a quick demonstration of the Sparx machine. Put these clampers. This indicates how many passes you can do, and as you can see, there's the 1/2 inch grinding wheel. So that indicates the hollow and the bite of your skate, as I mentioned earlier. So first, we'll move the wheel just so it hits at the right spot. You don't want it hitting at the wrong spot of the machine, so that seems at a good spot. Now, as I said earlier, I found with the black and shiny blades, and also Sparx has indicated on their website that it has made the edges a bit off. So I found that at the beginning, if you look really carefully, the wheel kind of skids on the blade. So let's take a look. I'm just going to do 2 passes so you can see. So look very carefully at the grinding ring. There's one pass. So if you saw there's a tiny skid right when the wheel hit the skate. that shouldn't happen.
It might be a little hard to tell in the video.
So there we go, it's done. It's just running air through for just 30 seconds. Then you just remove these, take the skate out, and then I wouldn't call it, I guess, a con, but you have to do a few things to the skate just to double check. So after you ran the amount of passes that you wanted to on the Sparx Sharpener, next you'd have to, what they call, deburr the skate. So for the black and for the shiny steel that you saw earlier, you would have to use the strobe. But for all other different types of steel, like for the regular steel, I'm not sure if you can see, but just for like pretty much all regular skates, you would use the stone and the strobe. But the reason why you don't use the stone is that it would create extra lines and unnecessary marks on the skate. So really, what you do is you just take the strobe 45-degree angle, do 4 complete passes. And on the other side. So pretty simple. It's really simple. Sparx has done a really nice job of keeping everything simple. All the processes like really simple and detailed. So that's really nice about it. It's solving some pros with the machine. And then after this, you'd use an edge checker to make sure that the edges aren't off, because sometimes one edge might be higher than the other, and the other might not exactly touch the ice, but it just won't feel the same, and you might slip and fall when you don't want to. So we don't have the Sparx edge checker. We have another one. We'll go more into detail into this in a different video. So you just adjust it. Then it's even. It's pretty even. Maybe like slightly, but it's even there. Then we do one more at the bottom. It's even. And then at the top. And it is even. Sometimes, as I mentioned earlier, one of the cons for this machine is that with the glazed blades, the machine kind of not exactly mess up, but the edges get a tiny bit off with the black and shiny. One really cool thing that Sparx Hockey has done is that inside the grinding wheel there's a microchip, and that indicates to you how many, not exactly how many sharpenings are left, but it indicates you the lifespan of the ring. So as you come over here, there's a button that indicates the lifespan of the grinding ring. And just to summarize, like, me and my brother, we've had this Sparx Sharpener for a while, and we've been really pleased with it. It's worked really well. We found that the half-inch grinding wheel actually gives a half-inch grinding wheel. And actually, one of the pros of this machine is that it's automatic, and there's no human error that can happen while using the sharpener. For example, if you bring it to a pro shop, a human being can make a small error, but however, with the machine, it's constant throughout the whole time, so you never have to worry. And so, second thing that's good about this machine is that I didn't mention it earlier, but there's a travel guard that you can put in here, and you can bring it with you, so you can bring it to tournaments. So, like, maybe you're not familiar with the pro shops at a tournament, and you want to bring this with you, you can. And also, the good thing about this machine is that there's different grinding wheels, different radius of hollows that we can talk about in more videos. Then some of the cons that I mentioned earlier are that, as I said, with certain types of steel, the edges would be off a bit, and for us, we've had a few problems at the beginning with the alignment and the grinding wheel kind of skidding off the blade. But besides that, we've been really pleased. And if you want to know how the Sparx Sharpener would work out for you and your family, there's something on Sparx.com. I think it's called the payback calculator. So it would ask you how many people in your family, how often you sharpen your skates, and it would tell you in what period of time you would gain your money back. And some of you might be wondering maybe like what's the warranty for this machine and would it last longer? And obviously we can only answer that question with time. So right now it's pretty sturdy. It's holding up. Yeah, we clean it regularly, and I think it's guaranteed 1 year. So me personally, I've done lots of research on skate sharpening and Sparx before I got the machine. So I would be really happy to answer any questions that you have in the comments. And thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see you guys in future videos.